Alright guys, it's officially time for me to give my plant shelves a summer makeover. And by makeover, I mean that I'm gonna throw some of the plants into some colorful pots, add some decorations to the shelves, and hope that it looks like something off of Pinterest, but definitely no promises. By the way, I know we're in spring, not in summer, but I love color and I want these neutral looking shelves to just, I don't know, pop more and make me happy when I look at them. Right now, they actually don't look too bad color-wise, but I am over the neutrals and I really just want summer. So right now, everything is very neutral. I'm not mad at it. Very earthy, natural. So I've got greens, browns, the terracotta from the pots. That's kind of an orange, but it's still very earth toned. I have some muted yellows, and I want to look at my shelves and see pops of color everywhere. I want eclectic. I want kind of quirky, and that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, let's get on Pinterest. Okay, I love Pinterest, but it's low-key stressing me out right now because I'm thinking of what I own and what I want the shelves to look like, and I don't think it's matching up right now. I went through my things. Like I said, realized upon looking at the inspiration that I don't have a lot that will actually work on the shelves right now. I have a vision, but I don't have the stuff. I own this art print that really has like all the colors and kind of like the general aesthetic that I'm going for. So I'm gonna show you real quick. I've had this for like a decade. The colors are what I'm focusing on. So the bright yellow, the teal, the maroonish, reddish, pinkish. It's got orange, and it's very, in general, it's just the aesthetic that I'm going for. So I want this kind of splashed onto my plant shelves. So aside from that art print, all I have is like 3 candles. Literally 3 candles. I found this one, which is a nice purple, this blush pink, and then a slightly bigger, pretty much the exact same color of pink. This is not gonna cut it. I'm definitely gonna have to do some shopping. But first, these seed starting trays. They've been bugging the heck out of me since I first put them up like a week or 2 ago. I don't even know how long it's been, but they have got to go. I just planned really badly for location when I put these trays up, and if you wanna see that video, I'll link it down below. But anyway, they've gotta go. They're literally propped up with cardboard Amazon boxes, so I'm gonna remove those first before I do any shopping, and that'll give me a bigger area to work with as well. Okay, that is so much better already. I'm so excited to go do some shopping now. So I definitely want this makeover to be budget friendly. So first I'm gonna head out to Dollar Tree and then I'm gonna go to the thrift store. Dollar Tree was super chaotic, so it was hard to film, but I did grab one of these bright yellow bee buckets. I grabbed one of these plant stands. I think they're stools as well, but I'm gonna use it for a plant. I grabbed the green one. And then for more pops of color, I grabbed a few of these colorful glassware vases. Probably for propagations, but we'll see. From this section, I grabbed a couple of things like a black candle stand, which I plan to spray paint, a votive, and I think a little jar as well. And I saw this really bright orange candle, which I thought was really nice with the texture and everything. I'm probably never gonna burn it, but I think it'll look really nice on the shelf. And those are the other items I was talking about. Then in the wood section, I always look out for these round platforms because you can make a really easy plant riser. All you have to do is glue a wooden block underneath just to make it taller and give your shelf some varying height. So I grabbed this one because the first one was missing a bead. I found this mirror. I'm not sure if I'm gonna spray paint it or leave it gold, but it definitely was giving sun vibes, so I thought that was nice. And then in this section, I didn't actually film it too well, but I did grab some candles and some more of those taller glass pieces. Okay, so hear me out. In the party section, even though these items are all plastic, I thought that this serving dish could be a really good temporary pot for my pingdom because it doesn't need any drainage and it's still see-through, so I'd still be able to see all the cool layers, and I don't know, I think it might work out. The first thing I found at the thrift store caught my eye immediately just because I thought it was so fun. It's a ceramic bag. It looks like a shopping bag, and I thought even though the color's dark, I could definitely brighten it up and put something in it. Then I found this planter right here. It's obviously giving Easter, but I thought maybe I could paint the white zigzags into a brighter color to kind of go with the theme a little more. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Then I found these little vases. I only took one because I really want the shelf to look more organic and more like I've been collecting these little pieces one by one instead of what I'm doing now, which is basically shopping all at once. I saw this planter. It was cool. It was made of metal. It had some fake succulents in it, but it was a little beat up, so I left it behind. Can't go wrong with a plain terracotta pot, so I grabbed that one up so quick. I love these for DIYing or just using as is for a neutral. I also found this purple one right above it, and I have several plants that I can definitely take out of the nursery pot and put right into this with little to no effort, so right into the cart. I considered this one, but I thought the blue was a little bit too dark for what I needed, so I ended up putting it back. It was also $5.49, which I was like, no, back on the shelf. Not for that anyway. Okay, stop everything because this is exactly what I came to the thrift store for. It's a brand new in the box ceramic cat planter. How adorable is this? I was not expecting to find something this cute, but it was like the universe knew what I needed and she delivered. I'm definitely gonna put this on my shelf. It's exactly the vibe I'm going for because I wanted to mix in some different shapes and maybe some characters. So this is just perfect, and look at it. It's so cute. Definitely coming home with me. Immediately after putting that in the cart, I spotted this bright yellow. It was looking like a lemon to me from far away. Obviously, these were used for plants as well at some point, but I just wanted one. I thought it was a nice pop of color, so I grabbed this one. Out of the corner of my eye, while I was panning around, I saw something bright and lime green, and it ended up being this metal basket. It was actually an edible arrangements basket. You know those things where the fruit is cut up into all these little pieces and it's made to look like a flower bouquet? Yeah, it was one of those. But I thought it would be good for something that's trellising like a Hoya, so I put that in the cart. And then I saw this other bright lime green pot, which I ended up leaving. I kind of regret it now, but I thought that I was grabbing too many pots with this shape and I wanted something a little different. I thought this slightly smaller pot would be good for some of my more recent propagations that don't have a lot of soil, so they're small enough to fit in here, hopefully. I thought the pink was complimentary, so I put that in the cart as well. I also found this one. Even though it's kind of a similar shape, I thought the texture was interesting, so I grabbed that one too. I think I'm going to spray paint it though, so stay tuned for that. Next, I came across 3 or 4 of these actually, but I only grabbed the one again because I wanted it to look a little bit less intentional, but I love the ombre color that this one had. Next up is this super cool bottle. I think it had oil in it before, I'm not sure, but it definitely has a future on my shelf as a propagation jar. Then I found this really pretty baking dish, which I'm planning to use as either a tray for a bigger pot, or I could plant my shallow rooted plants in there, maybe some pings, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so I've got everything from both stores on the table right now. I cleaned everything from the thrift store and put it in this bin so that they could dry. Then I have everything from the dollar store back here, and I just have to go through it and, you know, like take off the price tags and all that stuff. So first I'm just gonna take everything out and see if any of the items work as is, meaning I can just put a plant in it or just prop it up on the shelf and call it a day. Or if it's more like this that I found at the thrift store, which I will probably end up painting, so we'll see. Oh, I don't think I showed everything that I got from Dollar Tree because, like I said, it was kind of chaotic to film in there, so I'm gonna show you guys. A lot of those colorful glassware and vases, I got these two, the green and this magenta. I definitely showed this candle. I thought it was really nice. I just love the orange. Very pretty. I actually ended up getting 2 candle stands because either I can put a candle on it or I can put a smaller potted plant on top. The black is definitely going to be painted, so stay tuned for that. Then I found these 2 bubble candles, which I know was a really big trend a couple of years ago, but I don't care. I just want the shelf to have different textures and pops of color, and I think these will do it. Again, I got this because I think I can pop my pings in it, but that might be a little bit too much work. We'll see. The bead planter, and then this really cool iridescent votive. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to put a candle inside, but it also fits perfectly on this stand. Like, actual perfect fit with the lip and everything. I don't think I showed these on camera either, but I got these 2 jars. This is like a peachy pink, and this is a very light kind of aquamarine. And I was thinking either leave them as is, or these could be water propagations super easily. I also picked up the sun mirror that I think I'm going to leave as is. Now that I'm looking at it against everything else, it just looks really nice. So I might not spray paint this one. And finally, I definitely showed this tray, but I didn't show the wooden block I was talking about. So it's super easy to make a riser. You just glue this right on top. Oh yeah, my stool. I forgot to show this, but it's pretty self-explanatory. I think I'm just gonna replace one plant stand that I have over there for this one just because it's brighter. Here's everything from the thrift store, the dollar store, and what I had at home. By the way, if you're curious, I ended up putting my seedling trays at the bottom of this plant stand that I have that I usually film in front of. So they're all down there. There's 3 rows of grow lights under there, so I think they'll be good. So I just finished spray painting some things outside, so I'm gonna let them dry. A good thing about a lot of the things I thrifted is that they work perfectly for cover pots. So earlier I showed you my Hoya, which I put inside that textured beige planter, but I'm spray painting it right now so it can better match the theme. Anyway, I remembered my edible arrangements metal basket thing that I found at the thrift store. I thought of this Hoya in mind because it is trying to trail. I forget if it's clockwise or counterclockwise. So I might leave this one in here and use that other one that I'm spray painting for another plant, because I think these were just like meant to be. I might have to clip this here because it still wants to go up. It's like a built-in trellis. Okay, moving on to some water propagations. This just has a destiny as a water propagation vessel. Like, you can't tell me that this is not what this is for. Yeah, this was my Baltic blue that I propped in my last video, my last propagation video. I think I'm gonna put some of them in here. I don't think I need to put all. Again, I always make a mess. So that looks good to me. These have nothing going on, so I'm gonna put these back in. Actually, the nodes seem to be above water, so I might need to adjust those. This one's got a little teeny baby root. Nothing here yet. I think this one's failing because it is looking really shriveled up. I'll deal with that later. This one's pretty good. It's got 2 roots. Nothing on this one. This one's got a pretty long one, so one little leaf is unfurling too, so I'm gonna put this one in here carefully so I don't snap off that root. I think I'll do this one as well. It's got 2 more roots coming off the side. All right, so this is what it looks like for now. You can see the roots growing in there. Super cute. Okay, another one that I'm definitely thinking of making into a water prop is this jar that I got from Dollar Tree, but it has like this rubber cork stuck in it that I can't get this out. So I'm just going to honestly, no, yeah, it's not happening. I'm just gonna leave it and hope it doesn't interfere with anything. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of the Monstera clippings, also from that propagation video, right into this one. I feel like the green and the blue will look really cute, so got 2 roots coming out. I kind of like it with just the 2 leaves, but maybe I'll do one more. There you go. Okay, I have my Pictum tricolor potted in this plastic kind of faux terracotta pot, but I have the exact same one in this brighter purple, so I think I'm just gonna switch it out real quick. Okay, very simple. While I'm here, I'm just gonna water it real quick. That one is done. All right, so at this point I'm kind of running out of the pots that I purchased or thrifted, so I think I'm gonna have to resort to my stash of kind of plastic pots that I own. I have these, which are really bright. I might pop these in here real quick. Go. Okay, that was a lot simpler than I thought it would be, and it kind of just fit in there pretty good. So, yeah. Oops. Drop the tray in there. I'm going to bottom water it in here just for a little while I clean this up. I found this one. It's actually one of my kids' planters because they have plants as well, but right now it's empty, so I'm going to repurpose it. There we go. Look at his little face. Oh my goodness. So I think I'm going to put my Manjula in there. He's going to look like he has hair, so I think that's going to be really cute with this plant in particular. So I'm going to just do that real quick. I'll clean them up in a second, but you get the idea. How cute. Okay, so I'm really kind of second guessing whether I do want to go through all the trouble of taking my pings out of here. Honestly, I do need to clean this up at some point because it's got some dead leaves back here. There's lots of algae growth, so that is probably going to be another video, another day. And there's several plants here. So this is a ping here. This big one is a ping, and then this one is actually getting crowded by the leaves of the big one. So I might have to just remove some from this pot eventually, but for now, let me see if I could just... You know what? It's not the worst, but it kind of looks intentional, sort of. Like, it looks like it's floating in there, so I'm gonna call it a win and just leave it alone for now. My husband also gave me some beautiful flowers for our anniversary, so I think I'm gonna use some of them in this vase right here. I just have to cut them a little bit shorter. I love it. So I have another one of my plants in this plastic faux terracotta situation. However, this plant is so sensitive. Literally, if you look at it wrong, it will drop its little leaves. So I'm not going to repot this one at all. I'm just gonna pop it into this brighter colored one I have here. And yeah, I'm gonna call it good. That one's done. So some of the things I spray painted outside have finally dried. This was that beige planter. I decided to go for orange with this one. And I think I have two options. I can use either this really big begonia. I'm gonna drop her in like that. She's definitely making a statement. Or I can put my pink princess in this one. And she would look kind of like this. I don't want to repot her, so that's as low as she'll go in that pot. I feel like, I don't know. This pink princess is like low-key a little bit underwhelming, so I think I'm gonna go for the begonia because I think it just looks better. The dark against the orange really pops, so I think I'm gonna go with that. Okay. Now I also have this tray. It was brown, I spray painted it this super bright blue. I'm gonna leave the block kind of this neutral color because I just don't want to paint it, to be honest, but I just have to real quick put some E6000 on it. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to let this dry for a while, but since it's not going to be moved around too much, I think it'll be okay. And honestly, the weight on top of it will probably help it cure a little faster. Okay, so there it is. I think I'm gonna I might put my pink princess on top of this. I don't know, we'll see. So one of the candle stands, I decided to paint fuchsia pink, and this could be user error because I'm not that good at spray painting, but for some reason when I was spraying it, even though it said gloss, it sprayed it out like a stone texture. And again, I don't know if that was just me or I didn't shake the can enough. Anyway, I just want to share that. I'm just gonna put this little patch of moss that I have here right on top. Just like that. Okay, this is a plant that I'm trying to rehab for my collection. All the leaves fell, but I do see some tiny little leaves growing right at the end of some of these buds. So I think it's still alive. I mean, it's showing some signs of life. So I'm going to take her out of this pot, and honestly, the soil is really hydrophobic, so I think it's a good time anyway. Here they are. I managed to put them both in the pot like this, so I'm going to just water them in a bit, especially since that soil was so dry before. So next up is my pink princess. I'm just gonna take her out of this terracotta pot because I've never really liked this plant in here. It just doesn't flow. So I'm gonna take her out and put her in this pot that I already own. I don't care for the nursery pot showing so much, but this is the best I can do for now. So anyway, I'm going to put this pink princess right on top of the stand, and I think the contrasting colors will work pretty well. So the last thing I spray painted was the other candle holder, which for some reason just doesn't like spray paint, or it hates me. I don't know, maybe both. But the spray paint would not stick to this thing. So I was originally gonna do just the lime green. Then I thought it was the spray paint itself and not the material of the candle holder. So I started doing other colors on it, but really what I ended up doing was getting spray paint all over my fingers because even now it's still a little tacky, and yeah, so I'm covered in spray paint. Anyway, this I'm going to use for this little plant. I think it'll look so cute right here, and that is it. Now I just have to style the shelves. And that is it. My shelves are done. Definitely a lot brighter, a lot more colorful. I had a ton of fun repotting things. I had a lot of fun shopping for things. I do want to still look for more artwork, like for example, this right above my TV is more of the previous vibe. And then up here, these shelves are pretty bare. Also, down here on the bottom shelves, as you can see, there's not much going on. There's also no plant lights right here either, so that's why I don't keep any plants there yet, but that might change very soon. For now, I'm super happy with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!